Hey everybody, welcome to the Blue Collar Beer Gentleman. I'm Topher. I'm a fan of craft beer, but I'm also on a limited budget. So I started this channel to prove that it was possible to enjoy good quality beers without having to break the bank. So while I'm here, I try to demystify craft beer and break through some of the elitism that surrounds it. And in my endeavors, I'm always looking for the best deal. And today's selection is no exception to that endeavor. I paid $3.67 for this pint can of Split Bill Hazy IPA from Able Baker Brewing. There we go. Now we get some of that glare out of it. This has a 5.7 ABV as well as 57 IBUs. Typically, American IPAs come in between uh, 5.5 and 7.5 on the ABV scale. So at 5.7, it's actually a little low on the booziness. 57 IBUs, typically American IPAs come in between 40 and 70 IBUs. So it's about, I guess, on the lower end of the bitterness scale, theoretically, too. Real quick information about this beer. The description right here says, Split Bill, yes, we love our duck puns, and yes, Abel Baker's logo is the duck. It's the atomic duck. Um, Split Bill, yes, we love our duck puns, is designed to feature our two favorite hops by splitting their use during the brewing process. We use lots of Citra early on and lots of Mosaic late. This process pulls just enough bitterness from the Citra while retaining its floral characteristics and allowing the soft fruitiness of Mosaic to pronounce late. This is usually a taproom only offering, but lucky for you, we put it in cans this time around so you can share the experience in the comfort of your own home. If you go to the website, it also says during these unique times. So this is this is that they've made the adjustment for the quarantine. Able Baker is in fact a Las Vegas brewer. They were using I believe it was Joseph James, and I'm quick shout out to Joseph James. We're losing Joseph James. I'm sorry to say that. I really am. But anyway, they were using Joseph James brewing facilities, and now they've got their own brewery up and running, and they've got their own tap room. And I was actually lucky enough to be able to go by check out the tap room just before quarantine started. So I'm glad for that. This does not have a brewed on or packaged on date. It does, however, have the independent craft brewer's label right there. When you see that, you know you're dealing with an actual craft brewery and true craft beer, not faux craft beer. Okay, the reviewing community. I only had two friends on Untappd who have reviewed this, giving it a cumulative score of 3.75. I'm sorry, 3.88. The cumulative total among the 495 of us on Untappd who have ranked it is 3.75. Beer Advocate has only had three rankings, which is not enough to give it a cumulative score, but it has an average score of 3.85. So there you have the ins and outs of that. I am going to be using my Tenaya Creek IPA glass because it's another Las Vegas brewery, and I think it only appropriate to drink an IPA, a Las Vegas IPA, out of a proper Las Vegas IPA glass. Let's crack this bad boy open. And yes, as I mentioned earlier, Able Baker Atomic Duck is their deal. Here we have the Nevada atomic testing sites. Um, Supposedly, after some of the testing, the only thing that survived was a duck. This duck managed to just wander around, and Able Baker has made the atomic duck their logo, their mascot, if you will, I suppose. Anyway, that's the story with Atomic Duck. Okay, this is pouring. You are seeing, wow. I'm not even going to say tints. I'm going to say at least one shade, perhaps even two, darker. But this has got super duper carbonation. I mean, extra high carbonation in this. The head seems fairly resilient. I don't really see much in the way of popping, so I think we're going to have this head here for a while. But it is much, much lighter in reality than what you're seeing on the camera. Let's give this a quick beard wipe, see what I encounter. Citra for sure. Let me stick my schnoz in. Well, yeah, I'm definitely getting the Citra hops, that's for sure. A lot of citrusy hops to this. I think it's probably time to just go ahead and start drinking this beer. Cheers. Okay, initial thoughts. This is going to be a medium-high mouthfeel, a little bit of spikiness to it. Um, it's hoppy and bitter. It's a good light IPA. You know, like I said, it only has the 5.7 ABV, which honestly on the ABV scale, that's kind of low. I mean, it's not super low, but it's kind of low. Um, so I'm not really getting much in the way of an alcohol burn. I'm not really wasn't really expecting much of that. A lot of fruitiness, and there's a little floralness to it as well, but mostly fruity and hoppy, and a little bit of bitterness to it. But yeah, they've tempered down the bitterness by evoking that fruit flavor from the Citra. This is a really, really good IPA. This is a light IPA. This is the kind of IPA I'm going to recommend if you are trying to get your friend into IPAs, or if you're not sure about the whole IPA thing. You had one, it was way too bitter. I'm going to recommend this one, especially if you're able to get it in the limited market in which it's available. But the split bill hazy IPA, I got to say though, this is not hazy. I gotta not even slightly. I mean, I am able to see right through this, no problem whatsoever. But we're going to forgive that. But all in all, this is a good beer. I paid, like I said, 367 for this pint can. That's a pretty good price for 16 ounces of craft beer. Um, so okay, what are we going to give this? Well, I think it's very befitting of the style. I think it deserves a 4.0. Would get that it would get the 4.25 if it was actually hazy, but this is not a hazy IPA. I mean, look at it. You can see how you can see my hand going through on the other side. Well, you really can't, but anyway, trust me, it's not hazy. It's not even slightly hazy. But it is still a good beer, so it deserves that 4.0. It's going to get that extra 0.25 for arriving in a can. All in all, very good beer. I'm liking this one a lot. I'm always happy when I'm happy with a. I'm always happy when I'm happy. I'm always happy when a local beer pleases, and this one definitely has. I'll definitely be getting more of this beer as time goes on. Well, guys, if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, drink good beer and don't break the bank doing it. Cheers.